Tuesday, January 16th, 19 degrees. Texas is not used to this. It is freezing out there. The good thing is there's no snow or anything like that, so it's a sunny, bright day, but it is cold. I am on my way back up to Choctaw for the World Series of Poker Seniors 6 Max event. I really like the 6 Max events. I've done really well. I won the WinStar 6 Max in 2014, and I finished 9th in a World Series of Poker event in a 6 Max in 2014 also, and I've done some other good finishes in 6 Maxes, so I feel pretty good. I'm confident. Let's just win it. Okay, I'm just about to jump into the WSOP Seniors 6 Max, and let's go. Okay, we're at the first break of the Seniors 6 Max. Started with 10,000. I have 11,675, so I'm doing okay, up and down a little bit. For the most part, we had just really great people at our table, and that's what I love about playing in the seniors events the most, is people talk, they have fun. It's not everybody just sitting around with headphones and not talking. So we have one lady that's not so good. Other than that, everybody's really, really nice, and it's a lot of fun. Well, I got knocked out of the senior 6 Max on this hand. Blinds were 800, 1600 with a 200 ante. I had Ace of Hearts, King of Spades. Let's see, the under the gun player made it 4,000. I was in middle position, I believe, and I shoved for 18,000, about half the average. Came back to him, and he called. The flop was 8 of diamonds, 8 of hearts, 6 of diamonds. The turn was the 2 of hearts. Yay. I just got a fade, a diamond or a jack. But the river. The river was the 7 of diamonds. So he hit his flush and I was out. It was too bad because I went out 54th. Had I won that hand, I'd have been back up to average and I think I'd have been fine. But that is poker, friends. So I decided to go home the western route, which was a stop at WinStar World Casino. I didn't have long to play, maybe an hour. So I jumped in the 2-5 game, and then I got into this hand. I was down a little bit and had $375. I was on the button with Ace of Diamonds, 8 of Diamonds. The under the gun player makes it 20, which is a standard raise in the 2-5 game I play in. There was a middle position player that called, and I called on the button. So the flop was Queen of Spades, 8 of Spades, 8 of Hearts, and the under the gun let out for 40. Middle position player folded, and I raised to 115. The under the gun absolutely snapped all in, and of course I made the call. The turn was the 2 of diamonds. I just need to fold, fade a diamond, but the dang river again. The river got me. 9 of spades, and he had king 10 of spades for a flush. It's Saturday, January 20th, about 9:30 p.m. I'm just showing up at WinStar World Casino to play a session of 2-5. So let's go. Let's get it. Ooh, it's very, very busy here tonight. There's probably like 34, 35 tables going. I'll have to check the Bravo app. But lots and lots of players, lots of tables going. I think I'm third on the list for 2-5, so it won't be long.
Small and big.
Okay, so one of the first hands I played, I was on the button with pocket kings. I had $485, and there was a straddle to 10 on this hand. There was one limper. I raised it to 40. The small blind called, the big blind called, the straddler called, and the limper folded. So we go 4 ways to the flop, and there's 170 in the pot. And the flop is 9 of clubs, 9 of spades, 7 of spades. They all check to me. I bet 55, and only the big blind calls. So the turn is the jack of clubs. He checks to me. I bet 85, and he makes the call. The river is an awful card, I think. It's the 7 of diamonds. He checks, and I check back. I showed my pocket kings, and he mucked. Okay, the next interesting hand, I'm in the cutoff with king of clubs, 9 of hearts. I have about $600. There's an under the gun limp for 5. I raise it up to 20, and the button calls, and the under the gun calls. The flop comes king of spades, 2 of clubs, 3 of clubs, and it checks around. And this is pretty shocking to me because the button had bet on every single card, whether he was first, middle, or last. So that was kind of shocking to me. So the turn was the 9 of clubs, and the under the gun bet 35. I called. I now have 2 pair. I have second nut flush draw, and the button called. The river was the jack of clubs, bringing a 4 flush on the board. The under the gun checked. I bet 40 with the second nuts. The button shoved, but he only had $45 left. Under the gun folded, and of course I called the $5. The button showed ace of clubs, jack of diamonds for the nut flush. So now I'm asking the question, did I play this poorly? Maybe. Maybe so. Although really only the flop was the only place. After the third club came on the turn, that button guy's never going away. But I may have played it poorly on the flop. Okay, the next hand, I'm in the big blind with ace of hearts, 5 of spades. I have about $400. There's an under the gun straddle to 10. There's 3 limpers to me. I decided to raise it to 85. Ace 5 is the new ace king, you know. Under the gun and the button call. So there's 280 in the pot. And the flop comes queen of clubs, 5 of diamonds, 2 of hearts. I only have 315 left. So when they check to me, I shove all in for 315, and they both fold. If I'm going to represent a big hand on that, then I can't not continue to do it, especially when I got a piece of the board with the 5. And the last hand we'll go over, it's like 2:45 in the morning. I'm tired. I have pocket 4s on the button. I have about $470. There's 4 limpers. I decided to just call and set mine. The big blind, who only has $205, raises to 20. What a horrible raise. Nobody's going away for that. So everybody calls. So there's 6 of us to the flop. And the flop is 10 of spades, 5 of spades, 5 of clubs. The big blind bets 80. Everybody else folds, and I call. A short stack like this a lot of times just is desperate, and we'll do this with ace queen, ace jack, ace king, something like that. So the turn is the 2 of hearts. The big blind goes all in for 120. It did make me think a little bit, and I tanked for a little bit, but in reality, again, if I was good before, I'm good now. If I wasn't good before, I'm not good now. So nothing has really changed on the 2, so I make the call. The river is the 6 of clubs, and we both just sit there and look at each other, which means I know I'm good because he doesn't turn over a winning hand. So I say I have 2 pair, and I show pocket 4s, and he gets mad, and he swears and yells and gets up from the table and walks away. I guess he didn't like that I called with a pair of 4s. But anyhow, I won that pot for the last one of the night for me. So I wanted to take a poll. Hope you guys will help me out here. Whether you like the share my pair version of going over the hands, or kind of my homemade one where I write everything in script. So please vote and let me know which one you like, and I will make my vlogs appropriately. Thanks, guys. I hope you're enjoying my vlog. Finally, my Vikings were so close this year. They got a great coach in Zimmer. They got an awesome defense, even though they didn't play very well in the playoff game. Next year is going to be it. Skull Vikings, Super Bowl, we're going to do it. Oh yeah, hey, I got a drone for Christmas, so I'm going to try and start doing some drone footage. Here's my first attempt at videoing when it was indoors because it was too windy outside. So this is the kind of wonderful drone footage that you guys can look forward to in the next coming weeks.